Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man. We're back at Kerbal Space Program, and I don't know why I started on the main menu. But, let me just hit up resume save, derp space man. And let's go over into our, into our Kerbal Space Center here, and it seems to be either dawn or dusk. I think it's dawn. I wish I actually had a time, like, there. Whatever, never mind. It seems to be dawn, and we are here to build a rocket ship. Oh wait, are we? I don't remember what we were doing. The improviser. Load up that. Alright, come on, loaded. But the improviser is here. What are we gonna do with him? Also, were we in the middle of something? Hold on. I'm gonna exit this and check our Space Center. Maybe I should be a little bit more attentive to what's going on. Checking. We have the improviser in Kerbin orbit. Right. We have a... I don't fly this, but I think we should actually just go and design a bigger ship. I'm not entirely sure what we have in terms of science points. Not really sure what I'm gonna do with this guy. I've kind of lost my train of thought as far as it goes. Although this is a barometer, isn't it? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Where's that temperature gauge? Here it is. Discard. Right, we're gonna go to Minmus and do some stuff, and Mun or do some stuff. Let's try and land on a different place on Mun. So let's just go ahead and just jump into making a burn for Mun. Although in order to maximize my science, I should go to Minmus first. Let's just see if we can bang this out in one episode, let's say. If not, I'll just make two, because I'm thinking of starting to do a policy where even though I normally don't make multiple, whoopsies. Make multiple, that's not the right place to burn for Minmus. Wait, maybe it is. Oh, hold on a minute. Seems to be. Wrong way. This way. Cut this down, because I don't want to waste fuel getting out there. So we have a Mun encounter there. And another Mun encounter. Alright, wait, hold on, better idea. Get rid of this. Start on Periapps. A lot of this... I wonder why this game is so time-consuming when the... Oh, wow. When you have the time warp ability that you do, and then I remember all of this. Like, the fact that you spend so much time lining up for a burn. Alright, let's switch this guy around. Does this guy have RCS jets? No, I did not put RCS on him I'm not sure if we don't have it or what, because I've been playing on my other save game. But, I know we don't have this, RCS on this guy because I know we're not going to be docking with anything, and I didn't feel the need to put it on here. But the next thing I really want to get into is either some sort of buster that takes to the other planets, or a rover to land on Mun. I mean, I guess I'm kind of going to do that as things go. But I'm definitely waiting for career mode in Kerbal Space Program to have a little bit more, I guess, stuff to do, definite natural form of progression. I mean, you want to do science. And you want to do this, that, and the other. I know there are, I'm not sure... Okay, here's a tangent that I'm coming onto. I know on the wiki there are example missions, so to speak, from different points in history, and I'm wondering when those, or how those, or if those will be integrated into Kerbal Space Program. The thing about this lander is with a couple extra parachutes it could go to, well, it could go to Duna or Eve. Of course, it wouldn't be able to get back from Eve, but it would be able to go there. I'm just going to make my burn now, and then I'm going to make a burn en route in order to bring our periaps a little bit closer to Minmus. Do we have advanced? No, we don't. We don't have an advanced SAS either. We have the regular SAS. We have the, inline reaction wheel. Which, now I think I understand the difference between the SAS and the reaction wheel. The reaction wheel just adds to your, your regular torque. The SAS actually tells the command pod to use the other stuff. Also, on the subject of something completely different, I know I've been playing vanilla. And I know from the get-go, actually even before then, I was told by you guys to use mods. And I have my propensity to not use mods, as I don't use mods on Minecraft usually, and whoa, I missed it by that much. Hey. Go away. That's why you should pay attention to this, kids. Military apps. Let's try a maneuver right here. Whoa, 17,000. Christ, that's close. 32,000 is a little bit better. $22,000 is excellent. Alright, let's spin ourselves around, find that. That's caps lock. Okay, so back in the mods thing. I noticed... first of all, I have no idea how to install mods. I assume it's fairly simple, though. Second of all, I've been watching Scott Manley play his new series, Interstellar Quest, which is in career mode and it has a crap ton of mods. I've noticed Kethane, and then the robotic tech, or the radio tech, just to name a couple, and I'm absolutely certain there's a hell of a lot more. But, I mean, I like those very basic ones, especially the radio tech, because it needs you to set up the satellite stations and all crap like that. So what I'm definitely going to do is sometime today I want to go on the KSP forums, look around for some mods that I think I'll like, and go ahead and test them out in single player. Now, I know it would be thoroughly entertaining for me, or for you guys, for me to go into that completely blind and just screw around and have no idea what I'm doing, even though it may or may not be funny, depending on how you look at it. Because in some cases it's funny, and in some it's really infuriating. But, I definitely want to look around for different mods that I could maybe get that make the game... Oh, another one is the dangerous re-entry, or whatever it's called, the deadly re-entry mod. That looks fantastic. Like, that looks beyond cool. because you have to use like a heat shield and stuff. Also, there's the life support mod in there, which is also very cool because frankly, I always get questions about how is he surviving out there for 10 years and being okay. That's what my friends always ask me when I'm playing this at school. And of course what the hell was that? My answer is, well, the Kerbal's skin is green, so therefore they're made of chlorophyll, and that's why blah blah blah. So, some of the stuff you hear about why Kerbals are what Kerbals are. Didn't it just say our periapts would be like 17,000? Whatever. Let's put a marker there, just as a marker. So for an hour, and then we're going to be there in just a minute. So yeah, deadly reentry, radio tech. Not so sure about Kethane. I mean, I've read up on it. He forgot about the time change. He's on the West Coast, and I'm not. Not sure about Kethane. Looks cool. Not sure if I could really get into it. Looks cool, but doesn't look... I did actually read up on that, because I wanted to know what it was that was all the rage. And I read up on it, and it didn't hook me. I didn't think it was that cool, quite frankly. I understand how it's useful, but it's not that kind of stuff that I mean, I guess it wouldn't be bad to have. But some of the stuff like the what are they called? Like the exoplanetary launch pads. I'm not sure Scott Manley has those. But I know it's something that I've kind of looked into because I thought it was cool. Either way though, it's something that's, like super technological. Like I don't feel like it fits KSP just yet. Of course, I'm sure there will be times in the future where that stuff like that falls into the game and it's, Okay, well, let's fix that again. That's a burn for 9 seconds and just a couple of seconds for us. Exoplanetary launch pads, what I'm saying. Very, very cool. Like the concept. And in fact, I think it's something that the game will probably have at some point. Just because of the fact that sometimes it's very hard to get things off of Kerbin. Not to mention the fact that space programs in real life are dedicated to stuff like that. Like building moon bases that actually have a purpose instead of just hanging there in the sky. And now I understand that in KSP we have the purpose of science for a lot of things. However, science isn't everything. Alright, back inside. Let's make a crew report as well. Send that data. One of the other things that one of the other reasons why I think that radio tech mod is cool is because it gives a purpose to, like the different kinds of antennae. I know we only have, I mean, we have all the different kinds, but they don't do anything different. From one another, they just kind of look cool, and they have different power requirements and things. And I'm sure the reason they have different power requirements is because they're going to do different things in the future, but that's just not what's happening yet. And I like when mods give, what I'm trying to say is I like it when they give purpose to stuff that's already in the game but isn't fully implemented yet, just like the mod makers getting the jump on what the developers are going to do anyways. Of course, they can only assume what the developers are going to do. But that's just, you know, up for us to decide whether we like the mod better or not. And there's always the added bonus that the mod let's check on this guy. The mod that the mod makers make could be favored over the decision the developers are going to make. Nothing against Squad, I'm just making a generalization. And then the developers could use the mod instead. And I'm sure people always get all up in arms about when developers rip off a mod maker. Looking at you, Minecraft fans. Not all of you, of course. But is it not any mod maker's dream to basically look at the game and say, I came up with that? Of course, credit where credit is due is kind of necessary, but just the people who are out in the community that get upset about people's mods being directly dropped into the game, or even just semi-dropped into the game, for example, the horses in Minecraft, should not be upset at all. Because it's like that mod maker got what they wanted. Obviously, they made the game so that, or obviously they made the mod because they wanted something in the game that wasn't there, and now it's there. So that's slash end rant. Not that ladder, silly. Climb down this ladder. I probably could angle that so it meets that, and I'll do that on the next lander. Came up with that while I was at school one day. Keep the data, because it's still a decent amount of science. EVA report, keep the data. Plant the flag. Also, there's a couple of other little mods, like the science notification things. I know the last thing was Halloween. They were both based on Halloween. I'm not sure what I'm going to base this guy on. This on. Maybe I could do something very Kerbal-esque. So the minty ball. Alright, there we go. Let's get back on the ship. The shortest moon landing ever. If you notice, I didn't take samples while these things were on the ground because we already did 2 of those. Get up, you loony. Alright. Just gotta readjust myself in my chair and tuck in the ladders. I'm gonna do much more with them. Also, I started looking into ion-powered probes in one of my other save games, and they seem to work pretty well. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's get up there. Oh wait, we can't yet. We're on our way up. Jebediah, how you doing? Discard it. There's Kerbin over there. Where's Mun? It should be right about here. Unless I'm looking at it sideways. In which case... surrender somewhere. My foot is asleep and it's very unpleasant. Not even like the numb asleep, like the pins and needles. Damn it. That's what I get for sitting on my feet while I'm trying to make a video. I don't really care how eccentric our orbit ends up being. I just want to get in orbit. There we go, that's fine. And now let's make a burn, probably here, to bring us out of, there we go, out of the Mooner SOI, or out of the Minmus SOI. Let's set, oh, I saw it. There we go. $913, nope. Oh, that's over 1 million. No. Click on it. No, we were pretty good over there. Again, I want to aim close, but I know I can always make a burn on the way. Alright, that's good. And now I've got a bunch of crap on my screen. Oh, I get it. You click on the... oh, nope. No, alright, let's try that. There we go. Now I've got that thing appearing. Alright, so let's find our little burn node again. If you, you guys remember the last time I did this, right? I think I split it up into 2 episodes. Because I wasn't quite sure what I'm doing. Now, not only have the stars aligned, so to speak, for us, we're just... I feel like I'm a lot more experienced at this whole lunar landing crap, especially with the ML1 and the ML2, that kind of design. Which is, by the way, gonna be my go-to design for landers from here on out, basically. Because these things, unless I need something very large, which I probably will when everything comes down to it. I don't know, one more nudge. Alright, and again, we can make it burn. Let's try right here. Nope, that's no good. That's better. That's the power of screwing with your orbits. So I'm gonna turn towards our burn indicator, which actually, God knows where that is. I think I just saw the nick of it, which could be over here. There it is. What do we have for fuel? We got plenty of fuel. The improviser, though, is not the one with... oh, it just spun our camera around. That's why the nav ball switched up. The improviser is not the one with the fuel ducts that retains all 4 of its engines, which is going to be needed to get off of places like Duna. Although I'm not sure if something like this is going to be able to get off Duna. The issue being that it's just not that powerful. If we manage to take this to Duna and land it, or well, something akin to this. Last time I tried to land something on Duna, it didn't go so well. But if we manage to land this on Duna, you know what? I just had an idea. Game devs, if you're listening, I think there should be some sort of transmission panel on the that you can place on the outside of ship. It'll be like a radial part, and a Kerbal will walk up to it, and from there it will be able to transmit everything it's holding. Because I just thought of a situation which is I have a Kerbal stuck on Duna in another save file. Because of a lander that my friend made named the Craig, which had a spectacular landing, to say the least. I landed it quote-unquote well. Point is, the Kerbal survived, nothing else did. So I wanted to think of something very lightweight that perhaps you could send to another planet, and a Kerbal would be able to walk up to it, transfer data into it, and then that data could be beamed back home. Again, something very lightweight. You know, whatever. And here's another rant, although I understand the purpose of it. I don't like the incredible damper that communication devices put on different readings. Let's try for 20 by 20 actually. 29 by 30 by 30 is also good. We're gonna go for that crater, by the way. Or basically whatever lines up once we get there. So let's find our little burn node again. Over to the burn node. And we go. Oh, wait. There we are. Notice if you're slightly off-center, you'll get way off-center after you're done time warping. Also, something else I've been meaning to figure out is how to time warp, or how to physics warp in space. Because I've had some issues where I do the dumb thing, you've seen me do it before, where I send my boosters to go and then I eject, essentially. I eject from the boosters so that instead of hanging out in a stable orbit, the boosters kind of send themselves away from the planet and just start drifting. Under their own power, actually, because I left the throttle on. And there's a purpose to that, it's to get stuff clear of your orbit. But the issue with that is the fact that once these guys leave within 200 meters of you, they're no longer... whatchamacallit? They're not being acted on by physics anymore. Of course, the advantage is you'll hope they'll never come within 200 meters of you again. But they're not being acted on by physics anymore, therefore they stop burning. I mean, of course, I'm not sure if the rate of fuel consumption stays, or if something like that... what's the word? If something like that just, you know, freezes literally and floats. I'm inclined to say the first because I feel like I've gone back to stuff and it's been out of fuel and its orbit hasn't changed. That's a very, very good orbit, frankly. Let's try and land somewhere cool on the light side of the moon. Let's spin around to the light side. Okay, so we're not going to land in that crater. What we can do... or maybe we can. Hold on. Add maneuver. Tip us this way. Not too much that way. That's good. Wait, 24 seconds? Christ. You know, we're not going to make it. Let's check another orbit. Unless we're going to hit something down here that's really cool. That thing looks really cool, though. Hold up. That's going to be edging on the dark side of the moon, though. Huh, let me see. This is going to be our first dark landing, but I'm going to land in those craters. Alright, our orbit is 500 meters per second. So, let me just start bringing it down now. Something I normally don't do is quick save. There's our quick save. Of course, I know it's prudent to get into a much lower orbit before you start coming in, before you start going down, essentially, but right now it's not exactly feasible. Because this is our one chance before it kind of slips out of our orbital plane. And I'm just leaving it at that, because any further note could prompt argument, and I don't feel like coming back in the video to check my facts. So, 200 meters per second. Let's try and nudge this so we're coming straight down, because we're coming down on a flat part, and that's good. Alright. A little more. I'll know immediately if we run out of fuel. That's the advantage here. Speaking of which, let's check our fuel. We got plenty. Whoa, let the moon surface load in. There we go, much better. You know, I will pride myself to say that I have talked relatively non-stop throughout this episode. If I remember correctly, Vex, in a video, once said something about how he took a speaking class, he took a speaking class, and that he had been trained to not let there be more than we're gonna land on a slope, 3 seconds of dead air. However, he immediately made 3 seconds of dead air after that, just because that's how Murphy's Law works. Although, I'm not sure if you consider that Murphy's Law, it's just the fact that when you try to prove something, it moves around. That's the law of confidence right there. If you're confident in something, it's gonna fail. And if you're not confident in something, it's going to fail anyway, so you might as well be confident with it to begin with. And I feel like that's a very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy-esque way of thinking, and I pride myself on it. Whoa, and now I just bounced back the other way. That was a little too much thrust. And this is quite possibly the first time I will have landed on Mun after landing on Minmus, while still using all 4 of the main engines, instead of the backup engine. So I'm coming in a bit wobbly. Here's another anecdote for today. My robotics class watched an episode. Whoa, that was one hell of a hard hit. Sorry about that, Jebediah. You seem alright, though. Let's observe the mystery goo, because we're in a biome. The Mun's Twin Craters, keep data. Let's open this guy in the Mun's Twin Craters. Keep the data. And now let's go down and take a surface sample from the Twin Craters. Actually, let's make a crew report. Keep data. I'll actually transmit that later. EVAU. Make an EVA report. Just above. Keep the data. Store experiments. And let's climb down this ladder. Spacebar to let go. Turn around. Grab this ladder. Hey, grab this ladder. Grab the ladder. Climb down the ladder. Get off the ladder. Take a surface sample. Huh. Fantastic. Keep data. EVA report again. Okay. Plant flag. I know one at a time, but, just wondering. Let's get out of here again. We are at a solid 35 minutes, just about. 36 almost. Grab, go up, 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 up. Board the ship. And, oh, you know what I never did? Log temperature. Alright. God damn it. Oh well. I'll do one when we're high in the atmosphere, okay? Let's review report, transmit the report, and while it's transmitting, we'll retract these ladders. Dink, dink, insert, dink, dink, insert. And now, let's get the hell out of here. No, I'm turning the wrong way. It's gonna make us do an opposite orbit, but oh wait, no, just kidding, just kidding. My nav ball's all turned around, I guess. My real issue is not slamming into one of the month's hills, because they go up pretty high, and that's our fuel. So let's drop these. Let's retract the gear. Drop those. And those are going to go back down onto the mun. They're going to slam into the ground. Yeah, let's see, the debris is taking the same path as us. Not for long. So that's 20. Let's get up there now. We're up there. Let's check on our debris. Debris is up here with us, but it's going down now. Can we still see it from where we are? Yeah, we can. Well, we can sort of see it. One space near mine. Oh, well. Let's keep the data nonetheless. Let's make a crew report nonetheless. We're almost in orbit. And then we're going to be able to calculate our return trajectory. Whoop. Cut the engines. There's our wonky orbit. Let's try and maneuver at our apoaps to get us home. Close. Nope. We did this. That's more weight. No, it's not. Not close, but not quite. And that is quite an orbit. Whoa, wrong way. You know, I'll do that, and that'll just make a second burn to bring us down. So let's find that. Also, I'm gonna, as I hinted at, I'm gonna start a policy with recording one episode ahead. That way, if I don't have time to make an episode on any particular day, I will... Well... Hold up. Let me think. If I don't have time to make an episode on any particular day, what will end up happening is I'll just use the one from the previous week, and then I'll catch up with it at the next possible time. Kerbal Space is one of the easiest programs to do this with, because I like playing it so much. Also, today is a very good day to do it. So here's a little insight into policy. Now the videos will be, you know, kind of a week off, not quite so topical. And also I'll have much less of knowledge of what I'm talking about on the weekly timetable. However, it'll be worth it in the long run, because that way when I go on vacation, I will always have, at least if I'm gone for let's say a week, I'll always have the chance to... Oh, I'm going that way now. Okay, well, let's just slow ourselves down. I'll always have something to put up. I'll probably take the video files with me, or I'll start figuring out how to use the planned uploads feature on YouTube, which I haven't really looked into. So let's bring us into the atmosphere. Let's say 30,000. There we go, nailed it. Was it 3420? Close enough. Blaze it. So here is our ship, all 4 canisters deployed. And we're heading for Earth. Kerbin. Home. You know, that place. So I'm going to turn off SAS. Oh well, hey, there's the Kerbal Space Center. Kind of want to know what that is. That's debris from our own rocket right there on the launch pad. So the ship is turning around. We're well in the atmosphere. And I'm going to deploy the parachutes now. Well, not yet. They're not ready to deploy yet. No. Turn back that way. That's good right there. In all honesty, if we were on dead re-entry, we'd probably have an ablative heat shield there. I believe deadly re-entry has something to do in tandem with, like, the, more realistic aerodynamics mod or something like that. I'm not sure. I feel like they would go hand in hand. But again, I'm rather newbie to mods, and people haven't, as far as I know, done the super crazy mod packs yet. Also, Scott Manley has the same mentality as me when it comes to listing mods in his comments, or in his description, and that is, don't. At least from my experience, that's what I'm sure he listed them in the first episode or something, but, I haven't gone back to the first episode to look. We're still slowing down quite slowly. We came in quite fast. If we were on deadly re-entry, I'd probably be a lot more careful with what we're doing here. I'd probably do a much higher kind of atmosphere, and I'd have it cycle around a few times, just because I'm that paranoid with getting my ship destroyed. Parachutes should deploy very soon, and then we'll start slowing down awfully fast. Yep, there we go. Didn't hear the whoosh noise, but that's okay. Sound has been a little wonky. Deploy the gear. We're a little high to do that, never mind. We don't have any lights on this, I know that much. Probably should put them on this, or at least on the next version. I think we should get a big spotlight to go on this. Like a, not a radially mounted light, one of the other ones. Whatever these guys are. Whatever the not radially mounted parts are called, I want a light that goes there. Wait, what is the existing crew report? Transmit. You can see my house from here, I think. Alright, transmit that. Log pressure data. While flying at Kerbin. Like, it sounds like, you know, flying at Kerbin, into it, towards it. Although, I guess it's true that we kind of are. Okay, deploy. Legs. And I'm not sure what level the grasslands are at. Seems like they are rather low. But also... No, wait, all the water's at the same level. So, they should be pretty near to zero. So we may be here for a little while. Of course, the parachutes are going to be an early warning nonetheless. And I'm going to try and use some of this rocket fuel to slow us down. There we go. Alright, so grasslands are at about 300. Which seems pretty legit. Oh, I was going off on a tangent earlier about the ion-powered space probes. I was looking into them, and the burn times are, holy cow, they're enormous. But they use so little fuel that I think it's almost worth it. You can get there with a much larger craft, but with ion-powered probes you could launch many of them and have them go for an extreme amount of time. Not to mention the fact that you would probably want to use... I need to go in that conic patch kind of thing, whatever it's called, and edit the file so that you can see more. If you guys could please remind me how to do that in the comments, that'd be really helpful. Speaking of which, you need to go check comments. Which I'm going to do between this episode and the next one, and I will see what I can get in science points. Next episode is probably going to be a building-heavy episode, with designing a brand new spacecraft, with all of the science we are about to get. Wait for it. Wait for it. Birds are here. 607 science. Boom, shakalaka. Okay, highest was the 120 science from the surface sample from the Mun's twin craters. Now, I cannot wait until they biomize some of the other planets, because it's going to be sweet. Not to mention the fact that I think some of the other scientific devices should get a little boost in what they get. Also, the fact that you can't take a barometric pressure in a vacuum is probably something that should be addressed. Not because I think it's a bug, but because I think it's something that should be added. Because you might want to let the scientists know that there's no air. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's just click into here for a minute. Nukes. Train man out.